Wayne Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Bears will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Kansas Jayhawks offense will go to work first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. But they've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. You got to start fast in Big 12 play.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So the Baylor Bears offense has the ball for the first time. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it.
Oh, he's got some speed. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things. It makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
The run from the shotgun. Nice move to pick up yardage. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Jayhawks want to move quickly.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
To the ground. He's got it again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Back to pass, it's House. Under fire. Snagged out of the air. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Jayhawks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
You just love to see that from the quarterback. I know it's a big 3rd down, and more than anything, you want to throw a completion and keep your offense on the field. But when the defense wins and nobody's open, you got to just tip your hat, throw it away.
It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got his man, makes the grab. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the back. Finds some fresh air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Lets it fly. Throw it toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. Got some room to run. Finally brought down. The what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the RPO, complete. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Gets it out to the 40-yard line, give him 5 on that one. And the Jayhawks want to pick up the tempo.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Swings it out to the flat. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back. closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really nice penetration by this defense. Getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. The Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Give to the back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
A counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, two guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly, and it keeps you off balance and really keeps you on your heels.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Bears will punt it away on fourth down. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. The Bears send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Wants to return it. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Leaves it with the back. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. And the Jayhawks in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Gives it on the option. He breaks a tackle. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who was going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route, who gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. They're going back to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Oh, he's got a chance. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And And the Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the fly motion. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Working the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Jayhawks racing to the line in a hurry-up.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Jayhawks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Running through contact. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on 1st down, and how about the quarterback there? Buys time, he's outside, he's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening, and it's just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another 1st down now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Release to the back. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. They'll give it to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Jayhawks will hustle to the line. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Dropping back, it's House. and he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Here's the handoff. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some... Get some running lanes. Get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Anderson.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Here comes the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. The Bears with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass interference in the end zone will have the ball placed at the 2. And the Bears trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Touchdown Bears! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's House. Pressure coming. Got rid of it just in time. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. The pressure. Got room at the 35.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Great catch along the sidelines, but the object is to go forward.
2nd down coming up.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun. Give on the inside.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Jayhawks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Got his man quickly. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Jayhawks will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. Rushes on him. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Under fire. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLean Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead.
Turning it on! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. At the 40, there he goes. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And it's no good. He missed it. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Here's a heat. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him, and the defense finally came up with a play.
Gives it on the option. There he goes.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. They'll start this drive going to the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Got it! And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. The Bears have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. Pushes ahead. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league, but check this out. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard.
Looking for a man, it's House.
Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Spins away from the defender. Good, solid tackle. And the Jayhawks moving quickly to the line. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse. Breaks into the open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Bears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the back. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. After the incompletion, they go back up top. On target over the middle. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They're trying to slam it in. Touchdown, Baylor! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The RPO, it's complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They'll leave it with him. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late. Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more...
Touchdown, Bears! And the stomping has commenced. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Jayhawks will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up. Going for the big play. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. So now it's 2nd and long. To the ground with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll go back to work on offense. Looking to throw, it's House. They're working that left side. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, down to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
The Jayhawks line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. Lining up to add another. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. A strike downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Bring in the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Iowa State is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been clicking in every facet of the game. They're up by 21 over Oklahoma State. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, David. It looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Boy, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He might want another play. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the